Hey guys, it's Mark's Child here. It is the first day of July 2026, and we are starting the July season. This will be the deck I'll be running. I did run a few games of unranked before the season switched with this deck and noticed some flaws. So I'll probably make those changes live now, but just as a quick recap, what we're looking at is we are trying to get Obeka is the challenge card. Basically, she is going to try to duplicate Slivers the turn she comes in by having her have haste and double strike, along with menace, get to the face, make a whole bunch of Slivers. She'll have haste through either Oko or through the stalactite dagger. So in my first few games playing here, and I didn't play that many, but the scrolling caller plus Obeka, the idea was to chip at their life, but the ping damage of even 6 of these isn't enough to really win a game, and it just gave them answers to get back into it. Same thing kind of with Generous Plunderer, although the plus side of the Treasure Chokin is good, so might keep it just to keep the growth there, but it does make Magda as our third challenge card a possible cut. The last thing is that Blacksmith's Talent is just too much mana to try to dig into to get the benefit of giving haste. Throwing a high pool is just going to do it most often. And I think our winning combo is actually probably going to be like pop open the ritual chamber with Oko or stalactite already out there while throwing high pools out there. And that'll be kind of the last finisher. Something like high pools out there, they wipe the board, pop ritual chamber, give it stalactite dagger. I now got a 7/7 with double strike through the air and haste. So you're doing 14 damage at a clip there with 2 damage post with the draw card for 16 total damage in one turn. So the key is still to get the throwing hive pool, but it makes it so that I don't really need any fun secondary method set up ahead of time. Just a few swings with one of these, or even Obeka getting through once is more than enough. So I'm just going to copy this deck so that way I always have a reference point, and we will rebuild from here. So like I said, I think we'll probably get rid of the crawler altogether, Blacksmith Talent as well, and just play more into the combo. I actually think I only need probably 3 of these. It's not that key with everything else becoming demons through Oko and with the stalactite dagger that I don't actually just need that as a setup about as great growth just to get there. I probably will run a couple board wipes and then maybe even some cheaper dig. Maybe I'll keep that at 3 for now. And do something like 2 board wipes. Just for like basically how I envision it is the Badger Mole Cub combo kind of makes a wide board that you got to deal with, and it's actually pretty big. But if you can wipe it 1 or 2 times, that'll get you a win. And we'll start with 2. Maybe I go to 3. Maybe I actually run these in 4s. Or maybe I try to tutor later to try to get throwing high pull out. But this is a good start. Like I said, I don't need the haste, but a cheap destroy like this, just to make sure that I can get to where I need to be, is probably good enough. And with that, we'll probably play our first game of the season. And I will be busy over the 4th of July weekend. So, I mean, next video will probably be in a week. So here we go. I was really hoping for bans today. A little disappointed they didn't. I think a lot of people believe that standards beyond saving that they'd have to ban a lot of cards to change the meta, but I really think they could ban 4 cards in total and it would really fix almost everything. None of which being in green. I got removal. I have the key card in Thrumming Hive full. I might run this just to try to get him hope for lands. The deck's kind of creatureless. If I could get rid of it early, I will. It's nice that it's only a 2 mana or 2 health loss. This probably would have been better to remove. Not having a blue land because this would be great to get Oko out. Kind of sucks. But we'll keep building for Thrumming Hive pool. I think I might have grabbed the wrong card. That's all right. I'll just keep it as a blocker for now. Although the trade wouldn't be bad. Got the blue land, which is nice. Which also lets me set up for the Menace Strike. But like I said, if I can get to 7, hopefully he attacks. Smart. I assume a board wipe exists in this deck, so I'm still good as long as he doesn't remove. I gotta start building Oko up. No time like the present. No artifacts. If I can get the treasure early, so I can flip would be good too. did that just because I didn't want him drawing another card by creating a copy. Oh no, he already drew the card. Either way, it was fine. I got air haste here. Oh, hilarious. Anyway, so that's how the deck's going to play. I think the changes we made were good. I don't know about that 1-mana blight spell, but having more consistency to player combo seems like the right play. I also don't know if we want to go to more destruction. There's also a way to destroy the whole. Just so you know what I'm thinking of. I could also destroy everything except for my dragons, which I can make everything a dragon. And get more of a one-sided board wipe. Problem is, as I was saying before, with how green plays, I think the board's going to get too big. So that felt healthy. I did think there was another cheaper 1 cost removal. Maybe not. Maybe that was crazy. I thought there was a Behold the Dragon one from Dragonstorm. Maybe that was 2 mana. Hear that, or maybe I don't own it. Anyway, my memory's not perfect, but that's kind of funny. I really wanted to try to go anti-green. It's just bothering me that I don't know what the Behold Dragon one is. Oh, just -3. Which maybe I do that just because I think this counts as a dragon. This does not unless it's played. And then obviously whenever I have something, but I think I'm good with what I got. So we'll run it again. And I just always want to be keeping in mind changes I want to make going forward. So back to the bans though. I was thinking flow state and stock up. And I know stock up's not played as much anymore, but that's because flow state took over when people realized you could run it instead in a lot of the decks without bricking. And then the red artifact that ramps too fast and Badger Mold Cub, and I think standard would be pretty much fixed. But I'm not as much of a hater as it is the way it is now. I just think it's getting a little too fast. Question is, do I just eat the cost here? I'm probably going to pay it eventually. This works a lot better with Magda. I I don't have a 3-drop, so I will just... Well, that's unfortunate. Doesn't really let me evaluate the deck. Other than I guess I got a MTG Goldfish in another hand. But I think Mana Curve's pretty good. I got some color fixing with the Furdock Core, although I call him back, and then with the treasures, obviously. I'm trying to play a pretty cheap Mana Curve. I could Goldilocks the rest of the way, but probably not. No blue. Mana fix blue. I don't think I want to take a whole bunch of these. I already put us against a guy who's at Platinum 3. Heat check, I guess. Yeah, and that's going to be it. And with going second, I think. Rough setup. I think I got time for one more. Again, couldn't really glint a lot of information off that other than aggro with their best start's going to smoke me because I have to hurt myself to remove it. So maybe look at different removal. On that first game, killing the enchantment was key, so... I'm just going to play starting turn and turn 3 and hope that that saves some life. Fun. Killing me. Got 6 out of 48, which is like 1 out of 8. Right now we're open for a board wipe, probably. Man. I'm dead either way. Flying got me. Thing is, that's not even that good. What is duplicating this, though? Oh. Did I really not have a mountain? And why couldn't I tap in between there to play Bitter Triumph like I wanted to? And then I would have discarded and I would have lived this turn. I don't understand why I couldn't tap there. Well, that's an unfortunate loss that maybe I could have won. We'll never know. I would have pitched this, played that. He attacked clear out. Let me just view the battlefield quick to see what would have happened. He attacked clear out. I would have destroyed that, pitched this. He'd have 1 3-mana blocker. He has 4 mana, so I can't predict perfectly. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24 damage open. Might have won there without the misplay. But, you know, I'm sitting at the bottom of platinum, so it's going to happen. This is an early time with my deck, so, you know, take one with it. Don't really understand why I couldn't tap there, but it's a good start. Got a couple wins, got a couple losses. Don't tell the deck played. I think it plays okay. It's going to take a few more games to really realize where its weaknesses are. Haven't really played a mainstream meta deck. I mean, that did have some bouncing in it, but it was kind of a guy playing around with land destruction. So yeah, was fun. Hopefully you stick around and fall for the ride. And I will see you guys at the end of the month when eventually this deck, we will get Obeka to Mythic. Whether or not Magda makes it for the journey, I'm hoping she does, but whether or not she makes it will be yet to be determined. But should be a fun deck, should be a fun climb. Leave a challenge card, and as always, keep on brewing.